Thank you. I just want to get back to this impeachment issue. The founders that put the impeachment in the Constitution didn't do it as a joke. They put that there, and it really obligates Congress to use it. And if it has ever been used properly, or will ever be used in the future, this is it. Okay? This is all this political baloney about, well, we'll start talking about impeachment and forget about Iraq and forget about all these other problems is ridiculous. Okay? It's part and parcel of Iraq, first of all, because the 12-point plan, which I suggest everybody read, I certainly read it on the website, makes sense. I would suggest that every senator gets this plan before tomorrow, before they debate it, because nobody else has a plan. So, getting back to impeachment, I think there's an obligation, period, and everything else is off the table. And one other point I want to make is that the foreign policy that was articulated by Dennis through the speech prior to the question about how you're going to prevent another 9/11, the foreign policy would prevent it, because who would want to attack this country if Dennis Kucinich was the president of the country? Because we wouldn't be belligerent and actually giving people reasons to attack us, because we like to think that we're good people, and we are good people, but this government has done crazy things like embracing Saddam Hussein when what's his name went over there, Rumsfeld went over there and embraced him. So how is it possible that the Shiites are going to love us when they were the brunt of the whole deal with Saddam Hussein? That doesn't make any sense. So to just say, well, these people attack us because they hate freedom is idiotic, and that's the reason that Bush keeps coming up with. So we need to think these things through a little more clearly, and I think impeachment ought to be on the top of the list right now.
Great.
And I thank you. And I thank you. And I want to repeat. Some have said it's off the table. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the administration keeps moving in a direction where Congress is going to have to take the responsibility to call them to accountability. But the thing that I don't want to become, I just want to share something.
Can I just say one more thing?
Of course.
I forgot. You can't impeach somebody for something they might do in the future. Okay, so to even question whether we're going to attack Iran or not is not a good idea, I think.
Well, let me share a possibility with you.
For the crimes they committed.
Okay, wait a minute. You can actually, you actually can have an impeachment for something that somebody did do, and the administration in 2003 spurred an effort by Iran to resolve all the issues that related to their nuclear technology and all the issues that related to the Middle East and Israel. I mean, I have a copy of that document that the Bush administration basically cast aside. So there is a case that could be made. Again, when you run for president, the thing that I don't want to be like the impeachment candidate for president, because that's what would happen very quickly. But I am raising the issue. Just know this: I'm raising the issue in Congress right now. And when you're speaking, I hear that, I feel it. I'm reading on the way over here. I'm reading a document about Iran, okay? And I'm thinking, God, what are they doing? They're setting the stage for another war. And I'm thinking, how do you stop it? Well, one thing has to happen is that Congress, just be very clear on this, Congress must cut off the funds for any more war in Iraq. Otherwise, the president will have money to prosecute the war for 2 more years and to attack Iran. This is a critical question. This idea of support the troops, fund more war, great way to support the troops. Leave them in the middle of a civil war, put them in a situation that can't be won militarily, put their lives on the line. The troops are being used as pawns here. When the troops come home, nobody cares about them. Veterans are just shoved aside. we've got to realize the truth of where we are. That's why what I'm focusing on right now is trying to get my colleagues to vote against funding the war, to go with my plan, which calls for the U.S. to take a new direction, engage the international community by ending policies of occupation and closing the bases and bringing our troops home, creating the shift in policy, working with the world community to stabilize Iraq, starting the policies of reconciliation, reconstruction, and reparations, stopping trying to grab Iraq's oil. I mean, that's part of the 12-point plan.